everything changes.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. My name's Amanda and I am currently in an accelerated nursing program, and today's video is actually an update on how my first 3 months of accelerated nursing school has gone. We've done it. Like, we are a fourth of the way done. I have 2 weeks off. Everything's great right now. So in this video, I'm just going to kind of walk you through what I've all done this semester, things that I would recommend for other people, what I'm doing over my break, and what's coming up for me next. So as you may or may not know, like I said before, I am in a 12-month accelerated nursing program. I'm actually the first cohort ever of this accelerated nursing program, which has definitely had its good moments, but it's also kind of sucked at the same time, because I feel like kind of guinea pigs and they're kind of trying to make things work, but it's not always 100% working. So yeah. So how my program works is we first had 5 weeks of class where we had pharmacology and pathology. In 5 weeks we had both of those, and those were the hardest 5 weeks of my program. We had exams in each of the classes every week. So Tuesdays we would have exams in path, and Fridays we would have quizzes / exams in pharmacology. And I literally was studying or in class every day, including the weekends. Like, I had to make sure that I was giving free time to myself, because I would have gone crazy. So that was the first 5 weeks. Then we had an 8-week section, which is where I had my fundamentals class. Basically, they called it foundations. I had my foundations, I had my beginning lab, and I had my first clinical rotation. Then throughout the entire 13 weeks we had a professionalism 1 credit class, which was every other week through the whole summer. So I did make a video on how to survive pharmacology, which I will link below or make an iCard for in one of these spots. I'm not sure where it'll be, and you guys can watch that. And those were my study tips. That's how I did well in the class. And I can make one for path as well if you would like. It was a while ago, so I don't know if it'll be super good advice, but I can make that as well if you guys would really enjoy that. So fundamentals and lab and clinical. The second part of summer, when I had the 8-week section, I had class every day, but I didn't have as much homework and I didn't have as much studying, and I had quizzes every week in one of my classes, and then we had a midterm and a final in that class. That was my fundamentals class. So although I was actually at the nursing building a lot more, and I was actually doing more technically, when I got home, for the most part I was able to just like relax. If my last 8 weeks were the same as my first 5 weeks with Pharm and Path and having to study all the time, I think I would have gone crazy. And if people have programs like that, like, I have no idea how they did it. So I'm going to take a little bit of time now and talk about how my first round of clinicals went, because I feel like that's something super exciting. I was fortunate enough to have my first round of clinicals be on a cardiac unit, which was unbelievably cool. Like, it's pretty advanced stuff. And so the way my program worked, we were given a patient every week. Well, we had 2 days of clinical a week, Tuesday and Wednesday, so we were given a patient on Tuesday and a patient on Wednesday. And within the first few weeks we were able to pass meds with our instructor, and a lot of the stuff we learned in the first few weeks were more CNA based stuff, like mobility, taking them to the bathroom, doing vitals. We were also learning a head-to-toe assessment throughout all of that, which lined up with what we were also learning in our foundations class. So that was kind of nice that everything kind of lined up together. So throughout my time on the cardiac unit, I was able to see a lot of really cool stuff. The hospital that we were at was super like willing to let the students kind of go wherever and watch things. We couldn't do a lot, but we were able to watch a lot. Like I was able to watch multiple pacemakers get put in an EP lab, and I was able to go to the cath lab and watch that happen, and cardiac rehab and watch that happen. I was able to see cardioversions, which is when someone's in AFib and they have to like literally shock the person to get their heart back into rhythm. It was just like so many cool experiences, and I am so grateful that my first round of clinicals was on a cardiac unit, because it opened my mind up to something that I never thought that I would truly be like super interested in. Side note, I'm pretty sure that I'm starting to get a cold during my summer break of 2 weeks, so that's really fun. So my first like round of clinicals was so cool and so rewarding, and definitely reassured me that nursing is what I want to do and where my heart is and where I want to be. And I will say that it was extremely nerve-wracking the first week or so, and I still get very in my head about patient care and like making sure that I'm doing everything right. But at the same time, I've only been in nursing school for 3 months. I don't need to know everything yet, and that's something that I've had to keep reminding myself, especially with an accelerated program, is that yeah, I am moving faster and I need to know things faster. There's things that I haven't learned yet and that I won't learn yet, and I need to be okay with that. And that was something that was kind of difficult for me to like wrap my head around. So right now I am on a 2-week summer vacation. If you don't know, I finished my first degree in May. I had a week off, then I started accelerated nursing school. So I've had, not including weekends, maybe 3 or 4 weeks off of school since winter break last year. So these next 2 weeks are going to be great. So now I'm going to kind of discuss a little bit about how my fall schedule is going to work. So fall, again, is split up into 8 weeks and 8 weeks. I don't even know what classes I'm taking. I should know what classes I'm taking. Hold on. So I'm not sure if I've talked about in the past how my program is split up aside from the fact that it's accelerated. So my nursing program is concept based, and it's the first time it's doing it with the accelerated program, but it's also the first time that it's doing it with the traditional 2-year program as well. So instead of having like foundations, med-surg 1, med-surg 2, like labor and delivery, mental health and stuff like that, it's separated into concepts more. So in this upcoming semester, term, whatever you want to call it, I have health. I'm going to read this directly from the program plan. So week 1 through week 8, I have these classes: health promotion and disease prevention across the lifespan, health and illness concepts with individuals and families, and then I have my clinicals, which I'm on. It's still technically a cardiac unit, but it's a little more advanced than what I was just on, so that's super exciting and a nice progression from my last clinical. And then weeks 9 through 16, so technically a different semester, whatever you want to call it, I have meeting the psychosocial health needs of individuals, families, and communities, and health and illness concepts with individuals, families, and communities. And then I have clinicals on top of that. So I don't quite know what to expect out of these classes. I know that I will finally learn how to do IVs and how to do caths in clinical/lab, so that's exciting. I pretty much know how to do everything else now, and that's terrifying. I've been able to give sub-Q injections, I've been able to pass multiple meds, I've given inhalers, I've taken millions of people to the bathroom, but I did that as a CNA as well, so that's something that I'm used to and have done a lot in the past. I also finally know my full head-to-toe assessment. We had for our foundations class, we had to get graded on that and pass it in order to continue with the program, so that was really fun to get to do. So my next 16 weeks, I have class Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I have every Thursday off, which is super exciting. Then I either have lab or clinical on Friday, and then fun, I get to have clinical every Saturday from 6:30 to 3:30, and I go to UW-Madison, University of Wisconsin, football, Saturdays. We're in the top 4. Kind of sucks, but at the same time, we don't start till 10 all the other days of the week. We have off Thursdays. If they're gonna make me have clinicals on Saturdays, at least I don't start at 8 a.m. all the other days of the week, right? I will actually be working on Thursdays for about 7 hours each Thursday. So I'm curious to see how that goes on top of accelerated nursing school, because they highly recommend that you don't work during it, and I don't think I could have worked during pharm and path. These last 8 weeks I could have worked, maybe, and I probably would have done just fine in the classes, but having like a full day off during the week, I think I'll be like okay working that much. And also when so like I said before, I work at a daycare, so the kiddos all take a nap from like noon to 2, so I can do homework during that time and read and do stuff like that. So that's, I think it'll be okay. I'll update you on how that is going. Obviously, like, I passed all my classes and stuff with flying colors. I got an A in my one credit class, and then I got ABs in all the other classes, and then clinicals was pass fail, and obviously I passed. So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and you subscribe. I am trying to post more nursing videos, but I'm not really sure what you guys want to see from me, so if you guys comment any ideas that you have for me below, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, my social media is linked below and at the beginning of the video. I don't know if you guys have seen that, so you can check that out as well. If you have any other questions about accelerated nursing school or anything related to nursing school, or any video ideas, just comment those below and I will respond. If you want to know things about accelerated nursing school, just ask me, because I'll answer them. Obviously I'm not done, so I don't know everything, but I know about 1/4 of the things. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!
When the days are cold and the cards all fold, and the saints we see are all made of gold, when your dreams all fail and the ones we hail are the worst of all, and the bloods run stale.